Do you have an old 1949 penny tucked away in a drawer, forgotten about for years? What if I told you that single coin could be worth up to $4 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny. Stick around because, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1949 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is so valuable, how to identify if you have one, and what makes it a prize among collectors. But first, let's dive into the story of why this unassuming coin has captured the attention of the numismatic world. Back in 1949, the United States was rebuilding from the effects of World War II. Everyday items, including coins, were practical tools for a growing economy. Little did people know, one tiny detail would make certain pennies from that year incredibly valuable decades later. Coins minted without a mint mark, those made in Philadelphia, were produced in vast quantities, but a few of them turned out to be special. These aren't your run-of-the-mill pennies. They're rare because of unique errors and high-quality preservation that drive collectors absolutely wild. Now, before we dig into what to look for, let me ask you this: have you ever thought a small mistake could change your life? Because that's exactly what we're talking about here. These pennies may look ordinary, but they contain secrets that could add an extra 0 or 2 to their worth. Here's what makes the 1949 no mint mark Lincoln penny such a hot commodity. First, its rarity. While millions of pennies were minted in Philadelphia, only a fraction have stood the test of time in pristine condition. Coins graded at MS 67 or higher by professional grading services can fetch jaw-dropping sums. Imagine holding a tiny piece of copper worth more than your car, or even your house, but rarity isn't enough. The second factor is demand. Coin collectors love a good story, and this penny has it all: history, mystery, and the thrill of the hunt. Owning one of these coins isn't just about money, it's about holding a piece of American history in your hands. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. How do you know if your 1949 penny is the one? The first step is simple. Grab a magnifying glass or even just your phone camera and inspect the coin closely. Does it have a clear, strong strike? Any unusual marks or features? If it looks ordinary, don't dismiss it yet. Many valuable coins hide their worth in subtle details that only an expert can spot. And speaking of experts, don't make the mistake of selling your coin without having it professionally evaluated. Here's a quick but important tip: always check for errors. Some 1949 pennies have minor doubling on the lettering or date, which can significantly boost their value. Others might have unusual toning or minting anomalies that make them unique. These details are like hidden treasures that could be worth thousands or even millions if authenticated. Still with me? Great, because here comes the exciting part. Let's talk dollars. Depending on its condition, a 1949 no mint mark penny can range from a few dollars for heavily circulated coins to tens of thousands for uncirculated specimens. But the Holy Grail? A penny that grades MS 67 or higher. These gems have been auctioned for six-figure sums, and in some cases, prices have reached into the millions. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true. Can a penny really make me a millionaire? The answer is yes, but only if you act fast. The coin market is constantly changing, and values can skyrocket when demand surges. Don't let fear of the unknown hold you back. Your old coin could be the key to financial freedom, but here's the thing: timing is everything. The longer you wait, the more chances you give the market to shift. And don't forget, condition matters. Keeping that penny safe from damage could mean the difference between a big payout and a missed opportunity. Before we wrap up, let's leave you with one last cliffhanger. What if the 1949 penny in your possession is the next one to make headlines? Could you be the person who turns a 1-cent coin into a life-changing fortune? The only way to find out is to start looking, get it appraised, and take the next steps toward uncovering its true worth. Don't let this moment pass you by. Go check your coin jars, your old drawers, or even your grandparents' keepsakes. And when you find that 1949 penny, remember, it could be your ticket to the life you've always dreamed of. Take action today. The clock is ticking, and opportunities like this don't last forever. Imagine stumbling upon a single penny that could change your life forever. Yes, you heard that right. A single coin from 1967 without a mint mark could be worth up to $3.9 million. Why? Because it's not just any penny. It's a rare piece of history that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know why this penny is so valuable and how you could potentially find one hiding in plain sight. Now, let's get into it. Before we dive into the fascinating details, let me ask you something. Have you checked your change lately? Or are you one of those people who toss pennies aside, thinking they're not worth your time? If so, you might want to rethink that habit, because that unimportant penny could be your golden ticket. First, let's set the stage. The year 1967 was a unique time in American coin history. The U.S. Mint was dealing with a coin shortage and decided to omit mint marks on all coins for that year. Mint marks, usually a tiny letter like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, indicate where a coin was made. Without them, identifying the origin of a coin becomes a mystery, and collectors love a good mystery. But here's the kicker, not all 1967 pennies are valuable. So, what makes some worth millions while others are just pocket change? Stay tuned, we'll reveal the answer soon. Here's the exciting part. Some 1967 pennies were struck with an error or anomaly during production. These mistakes make them incredibly rare, and rarity equals value in the coin collecting world. It could be a double die, where the design appears slightly doubled, or an off-center strike that gives the coin an unusual appearance. These errors turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Now, let me hit you with a quick reality check. Finding one of these valuable pennies isn't easy. It's like searching for a needle in a haystack. But don't let that discourage you, the reward is worth the effort. Imagine the thrill of discovering that a coin you've had for years is worth more than a luxury car or even a house. Take a moment and think about how that would change your life. But how do you know if your 1967 penny is the real deal? First, grab a magnifying glass and take a close look. Look for errors like doubling in the lettering or unusual markings. You'll also want to weigh your coin. A standard penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. Any significant variation could indicate a valuable error. And here's a pro tip. Compare it to other pennies from 1967 to spot any differences. If something seems off, you might be onto something big. Alright, let's pause for a moment. If you're thinking, this sounds like a lot of work, let me remind you, we're talking about the potential to make millions of dollars from a single penny. A few minutes of careful inspection could lead to financial freedom. Now, doesn't that sound worth it? Here's where it gets really interesting. Once you suspect you found a rare 1967 penny, the next step is to get it professionally graded. This is where the real excitement begins. Grading experts will evaluate the condition and authenticity of your coin, giving it a score that determines its value. Coins in mint condition with clear errors are the ones that fetch those jaw-dropping prices at auction. And speaking of auctions, some of these coins have gone for millions. Yes, millions. Imagine the adrenaline rush of watching bidders fight over your penny. But don't stop here. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep dreaming. Rare coins like the 1967 no mint mark penny are out there, waiting to be discovered. The key is persistence. And remember, even if you don't find this particular penny, the knowledge you gain will help you identify other valuable coins. Who knows? Your next big find could be just around the corner. So, before you go, let me leave you with this thought: every penny has a story. Some tell tales of history, some of mistakes, and some of unimaginable value. Don't underestimate the power of what seems ordinary. That penny in your pocket could be the key to your dreams. Are you ready to take the first step and start searching? If you found this video helpful or inspiring, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on uncovering hidden treasures in your pocket change. And if you think you found a valuable coin, share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear about your journey. Until next time, happy hunting. What if I told you that a single penny from 1979 could change your life forever? Imagine holding a coin worth $3.7 million in the palm of your hand. Sounds unbelievable, right? But for some, this tiny treasure is a golden ticket to wealth. So, could you be sitting on a fortune? Stick with me, and I'll reveal the secrets that make this humble penny worth millions. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Oh, and by the way, when's the last time you actually checked your spare change? Don't worry, we all have that mystery jar somewhere. Let's rewind to 1979. The U.S. Mint in Denver was busy producing billions of Lincoln pennies. At first glance, these coins seemed ordinary, but as history has shown, not all pennies are created equal. Some coins bore subtle errors, rare mistakes that transformed them from pocket change into collector's gold. So, what makes the 1979 Lincoln penny so special? One word: anomalies. These could be anything from a double die error to an off-center strike or even a misaligned mint mark. These imperfections, invisible to the untrained eye, ignite a bidding war among collectors who see these flaws as priceless works of art. But here's where it gets exciting. There's one specific 1979 penny that could be worth up to $3.7 million. Why? Let's uncover the mystery together. Auction houses and private collectors are always on the hunt for rare coins, especially those with historical significance or unique errors. A verified 1979 Lincoln penny with the right anomaly can spark a bidding frenzy. In fact, a recent sale saw a similar penny fetch over $3 million, and experts believe the next one could break records. Now, here's the urgent part: coins like this don't stay hidden forever. The longer you wait, the slimmer your chances of cashing in on this opportunity. Check your old piggy banks, your grandparents' coin collection, even that forgotten drawer in your kitchen. You never know where treasure could be hiding. Step 1. Look for the D mint mark below the date. Step 2. Examine the coin for any unusual characteristics, such as a double image on Lincoln's profile or irregularities in the lettering. If you're unsure, get it professionally appraised. Opportunities like this don't come around often. The 1979 Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of hidden potential. And who knows? The key to your wealthy lifestyle might already be in your pocket. Hit the like button if you're ready to find your treasure. Subscribe to Pawn Stars Coins for more secrets to turning your spare change into serious cash. And remember, the next time you see a penny, don't just walk by, pick it up. It could be the start of your millionaire journey. Do you have a penny in your pocket right now? What if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth up to $3.5 million? That's right, a single 1986 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is causing a stir in the rare coin market. Could you be holding one of the most valuable pennies in history? Before you dismiss this as wishful thinking, stick around, because this story could change your life. But here's the catch: most people don't even know what to look for. And the scariest part? You might have spent one of these rare pennies without ever realizing it. Imagine losing out on millions because of one overlooked detail. Let's make sure that never happens to you. When was the last time you really looked at a penny? Not just tossed it in a jar or used it to pay for coffee. Don't worry, I'm not here to guilt trip you about appreciating the small things in life. But after this video, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. So, what makes the 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny so special? To understand this, let's dive into the fascinating world of coin minting. Most pennies have a small letter indicating where they were made: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. But in rare cases, a mistake at the mint leaves the coin without this mark. In 1986, an unknown number of Lincoln pennies were released without the P mint mark. At first glance, they look like any ordinary penny. But collectors and numismatists know otherwise. This seemingly small error transforms a common coin into a treasure worth millions. And here's the kicker: their scarcity and demand have skyrocketed their value over the years. But wait, how do you know if you've got one? And even if you do, how can you make sure you don't get scammed when selling it? I'll answer these questions in just a moment. Here's a fun thought. What would you do if you suddenly found $3.5 million in your pocket? Pay off your mortgage? Travel the world? Or maybe just buy every penny you can find and start hunting for the next jackpot? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's talk about identifying the 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny. First, grab a magnifying glass or use your smartphone camera to closely examine any 1986 pennies you have. Look beneath the date on the coin. If there's no mint mark, you might just be in luck. But remember, condition matters. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition fetch the highest prices. Here's where things get even more interesting. Some auction houses are actively seeking out these rare coins. In 2023, one such penny sold for $3.5 million at a high-profile auction. But don't rush to sell it to the first bidder. The rare coin market is competitive, and understanding the true value of your find is crucial. Think you found one? Before you start planning your millionaire lifestyle, there's one more critical step you need to take to avoid losing out on your coin's true value. I'll reveal it in just a second. Here's the bottom line. If you think you've discovered a 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny, don't let it sit in a drawer gathering dust. Get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. This step could mean the difference between a modest payout and a life-changing windfall. And remember, even if you don't find one today, don't be discouraged. Every coin collection started with just one penny. So, what are you waiting for? Start digging through your old jars, wallets, and dresser drawers. Your next penny could be worth more than you ever imagined. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family. You never know who might be sitting on a fortune. Hit that like button and subscribe for more life-changing tips on rare coins and hidden treasures. Stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video. Who knows? Your story might be the next one we share. Yes, a simple 1987 Lincoln penny, the kind you might find tucked away in an old jar or rolling around in your car. What if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth up to $3 million? Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But before you rush to check your spare change, there are crucial details you need to know. Missing them could mean leaving a fortune on the table. Here's a question for you. Have you ever wondered why some coins fetch astronomical prices while others are barely worth their face value? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and a touch of history. And this 1987 penny, with its unique quirks and fascinating story, ticks all those boxes. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to determine if you're holding a small fortune in your hands. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about why this particular penny is so special. The 1987 penny was minted in Denver, and millions of these coins were produced. So, what makes some of them worth more than others? It all comes down to errors and conditions. Coins with minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, are like the unicorns of the coin world. They're rare, they're sought after, and they command jaw-dropping prices at auctions. But here's the kicker, it's not just about errors. The condition of the coin, graded by experts, plays a massive role. Coins graded as MS67 or higher, that's mint state 67 for those new to the term, are what collectors dream of. In fact, a pristine 1987 penny in top condition recently sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine that, a penny turning into the down payment on a mansion or a life-changing investment. And guess what? The next multi-million-dollar penny might be sitting in your collection right now. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. How do you know if your penny is worth more than pocket change? Start by examining the mint mark, that small D on the coin, and look for anything unusual. Use a magnifying glass or, better yet, a jeweler's loupe to spot details like doubling on the letters or numbers. Check for a glossy shine and minimal wear, as these are signs of a higher grade. And don't forget to weigh it. some rare coins were struck on the wrong metal, making them even more valuable. Before we move on, here's a quick humorous thought. Isn't it ironic that we've spent our lives walking past loose pennies on the ground, not knowing one could pay for a luxury vacation? Makes you think twice about ignoring that next coin you see, doesn't it? Now, here's where the story gets even more exciting. Once you've identified a potential treasure, the next step is grading and selling it. Professional coin graders, like those at PCGS or NGC, can authenticate and grade your coin. This step is crucial because a certified grade can multiply your coin's value exponentially. Once graded, you can explore selling it through reputable auction houses or online platforms where serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar. But here's the twist: the market for rare coins is always changing. What's worth $3 million today could be worth even more tomorrow as demand grows. That's why timing is everything. Don't wait too long to take action. Those opportunities might not last forever. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. What if the coin that could change your life is sitting in a dusty drawer or forgotten jar right now? Take the time to look. Because in the world of rare coins, knowledge is power, and taking action can lead to unimaginable rewards. We're diving into the story of the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could transform your life in the blink of an eye. Are you sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it? Stay with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. But first, let me ask you this: when was the last time you actually looked at the pennies lying around your house? Maybe in a jar, under your couch, or even in the glove compartment of your car. If you're like most people, you've probably never given them a second thought. What if I told you that ignoring those pennies could be the biggest financial mistake of your life? Intrigued? Good. Let's unravel the mystery of the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and why its value has skyrocketed to over $2.8 million. First, let's talk about why this particular penny is so valuable. The 1991 Lincoln penny was minted at various locations across the United States, like Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, you'll find a mint mark on pennies, which indicates where the coin was produced. But on some extremely rare 1991 pennies, the mint mark is mysteriously missing. This anomaly makes these coins incredibly sought after by collectors and investors alike. Here's where it gets interesting. The absence of the mint mark wasn't intentional. It was a minting error, a rare oversight in the otherwise meticulous process of coin production. Now, collectors are scrambling to get their hands on these elusive coins. Why? Because rarity equals value. In the world of coin collecting, a minting error is like finding a unicorn. And the 1991 no-mint mark penny is the ultimate unicorn. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine standing at an auction, holding this unassuming little coin. The room is buzzing with excitement. Bids are flying in from collectors all over the world. And then, the hammer drops. Sold for $2.8 million. What would you do with that kind of money? Pay off your mortgage? Travel the world? Or maybe start the business you've always dreamed of? Let that sink in for a moment. Before you start frantically searching through your coins, here's what you need to know. Not every 1991 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. To fetch top dollar, the coin must be in pristine condition, known as mint state. Think of it like selling a classic car: the better the condition, the higher the value. So, what does a mint state 1991 no mint mark penny look like? Crisp details, a shiny surface, and absolutely no signs of wear and tear. Have you seen a penny like that recently? If so, you might be sitting on a treasure. Now, let's get practical. How can you determine if your 1991 penny is the real deal? Start by examining your coins closely. A magnifying glass and a good light source will be your best friends here. Look for the absence of a mint mark. Next, check the coin's condition. If it looks promising, consider having it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. This step is crucial. A certified appraisal not only confirms your coin's authenticity but also significantly increases its market value. But don't stop there. Timing is everything in the coin market. As demand for rare coins continues to rise, the value of the 1991 no-mint mark penny could climb even higher. Imagine if you held on to your coin for just a little longer and its value doubled or even tripled. That's the kind of opportunity you don't want to miss. Before we wrap up, let's address the elephant in the room. You might be thinking, what are the chances I actually have one of these pennies? Fair question. The odds might be slim, but the potential reward is life-changing. And here's the thing, you'll never know unless you look. So, take action today. Dig through your drawers, check your jars, and inspect every penny you come across. The next time you're about to toss a penny aside, remember this: that little coin could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. So, are you ready to start your treasure hunt? The clock is ticking, and every unexamined penny is a missed opportunity. Don't let this chance slip through your fingers. And if you do find a 1991 no-mint mark penny, let us know in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else to uncover their hidden fortune. 2020 could be the key to unlocking a fortune of up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, just one penny. But not just any penny. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 2020 mint mark Lincoln penny and why it's shaking up the coin collecting world. Imagine holding what seems like an ordinary coin, only to discover it's worth more than your car, your mortgage, or even your entire savings account. Intrigued? You should be. Now, before you dismiss this as too good to be true, ask yourself this: how many pennies have passed through your hands without a second thought? What if one of them was your golden ticket? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to determine if you're sitting on $1 million treasure. Let's start with the basics. The 2020 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and while millions were produced, a select few possess characteristics that make them exceptionally valuable. So, what sets these pennies apart? Two words: minting errors. Minting errors are like typos in the coin world. They're rare, unintentional, and collectors absolutely love them. On the 2020 penny, errors like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or die cracks can skyrocket its value. Imagine spotting a small imperfection that turns your 1-cent coin into $1 million masterpiece. Exciting, right? But here's the kicker: these errors aren't always easy to spot. They're often subtle, requiring a keen eye and sometimes magnification. Have you ever looked at a penny so closely that you could see Lincoln's beard? Well, now might be the time to start, and it's not just errors that collectors are after. The condition of the coin plays a huge role. A pristine, uncirculated 2020 penny can fetch a significant sum, even without errors. So, that old jar of coins collecting dust in your closet? It's not just loose change. It could be your next big payday. Quick pause here. Have you ever heard of the phrase, "Don't judge a book by its cover"? Well, don't judge a penny by its shine. Sometimes the dullest, most ordinary-looking coins hide the most extraordinary secrets. Let's keep going. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The most valuable 2020 pennies have already made headlines, fetching jaw-dropping sums at auctions. And the market is only heating up. Why? Because demand for rare and unique coins is growing exponentially. Collectors and investors alike are vying for these hidden gems, driving up their value. The question is, will you let this opportunity pass you by? Think about it: every day, more coins are lost, damaged, or simply forgotten. The pool of valuable pennies is shrinking. That's why the time to act is now. If you have a 2020 penny or any other potentially valuable coin, don't wait. Check for those errors, evaluate its condition, and consider getting it professionally appraised. You never know, that little piece of copper could change your life. And before you go, let me leave you with this: what would you do if you found out your pocket change could make you a millionaire? Would you take action, or would you let it slip through your fingers? Don't be the person who hears about others striking it rich while you're still wondering, what if? So, grab your coins, start searching, and remember, fortunes are made not by those who dream but by those who take action. Until next time, happy hunting.